Ah, Egypt. I see her in my mind's eye, shining under the sun, her temples gleaming with light, her pyramids standing tall as monuments to her strength, her wisdom, and her beauty. But that light did not last. No, it was dimmed, not by the hands of her own, but by the hands of others. You wonder why, my children? You wonder how such a powerful land could be lost? Then listen, for I am an old man, but the wisdom of Egypt, of our people, flows through me still. When Egypt was whole, she was a jewel, resting in the hands of Africa, and she was black, my children. Her people were black, her wisdom was African, and her spirit pulsed like the beating heart of the Nile itself. But Egypt was no ordinary place. Her soul was tied to the world around her. She held the power of the Nile, the secrets of the stars, and the wisdom of ages. Yet, she fell. She fell because Egypt did not protect herself from those who came from afar. They came in friendship, some of them. Merchants, wanderers, visitors. They brought gifts, yes, but they also brought new ideas, new faces, and different ways. Egypt was open, welcoming, even warm. But that warmth, my children, it was taken advantage of, as is the way of conquerors. We had a great tradition, a matriarchal system in Egypt, and through that, they found a way in. Foreign men married our daughters, not from love, no, but from ambition. They married the daughters of our pharaohs, the sacred daughters, binding themselves to the royal bloodline. You see, our ancestors were so open that they did not see the silent threat creeping in. Those men claimed a place among us, yet their loyalties lay beyond the borders of Egypt. They saw her wealth, her wisdom, and wanted it for themselves. They wanted Egypt to serve them, and, eventually, she did. Our people welcomed the foreigner, not knowing that he would one day call himself master. And what happened? Egypt's royal blood, her sacred legacy, became tainted by foreign desires, foreign rules, and foreign hands. They took what we gave freely and twisted it to make us bow. Our own openness, our own belief in unity, became our chains. Now listen closely, children, because this is a lesson for us all. We, as Africans, have always had hearts that welcome, hearts that trust. And while there is goodness in that, we must remember to guard the treasures that are ours. Egypt forgot this lesson, and in forgetting, she was lost. Africa was cut off from the great Mediterranean, the land of the Greeks, the Romans, the far-off lands that we once knew as neighbors. Egypt was our bridge to the world, and when that bridge was lost, so too was Africa's voice, our hand in the great circle of nations. Do you feel the weight of this story, my children? Egypt's wisdom still flows in our veins. It is we who must remember, we who must learn. Foreign hands will always reach for what is ours, but we must not hand it to them so freely. And still, the story does not end there, because as Egypt slipped from our grasp, Africa grew silent. The stories of Egypt's pyramids, her temples, her vast libraries, became tales for other people to tell. Other men claimed our genius as their own, painting pictures of Egypt that erased her African heart. They rewrote her history, shaped her image to suit their own purposes, as though Africa had no hand in her own greatness. But we know the truth, don't we? That truth lies in the Nile. It lies in the sands of the Sahara, in the echoes of our ancestors. It lives on in us. Yet even today our own children sometimes forget. They look at Egypt and see foreign kings, foreign faces, and foreign names. But I tell you now, those are not Egypt's true sons. No, the true children of Egypt have African hearts. Our people, we have a habit of forgetting. We let our own stories slip through our fingers. And when others take them, we shake our heads and wonder, How did this happen? We see Egypt only as a memory, a thing of the past, instead of remembering that her blood, her strength, and her wisdom are still within us. Do not let that happen again, my children. Do not let what is yours be taken without a fight. We lost Egypt because we were too open, too trusting. We believed that by embracing all, we could hold on to what we cherished. But know this: some come not to join, but to conquer. Some come not to share, but to take. Kemet's fall is a reminder. It is a reminder that we must protect our own, our culture, our land, our people. We must tell our stories, pass them down, and teach our children that what is African must stay African. It is our duty, it is our honor, and it is our responsibility to guard what is sacred. For if we do not, others will come again. They will come with smiles, with gifts, but with eyes that seek to control, to take. So what must we do now, my children? We must remember. We must pass down our stories, our truths, like fire passed from one generation to the next. Do not let that fire die, for if it does, we will lose more than Egypt. We will lose our soul, our history, and our future. Look to Kemet, and let her tale be your guide. She taught the world. She gave the world wisdom, science, art. And what did she receive in return? Invasion, deception, and theft. But that will not happen again, will it? Not if you remember her story, not if you carry her flame. Let Kemet's story remind you, my children. Guard what is yours. Stand strong, for this world is a world of lions. Protect your pride, protect your people, protect your story. Let the light of Kemet's wisdom shine once more, not in the hands of others, but in the hearts of her true children. That is how we reclaim her. That is how Africa rises again. Yes, Egypt may have fallen, but her spirit is not lost. It lives in you. Carry it well, my children, for the world awaits Africa's rising once more.